Hello ladies! Welcome to our 4th COM 127 class. So, pasensya na at hindi tayo makapag-on-site class ngayon dahil nga hindi maganda ang panahon. Kaya ni-record ko na lang muna yung lecture natin for this week. Pero bago ko i-discuss yung lecture for this week, review muna natin kung ano yung pinag-usapan natin last meeting. So, if you can recall, yung topic natin last meeting is voice-over writing for radio. Yung diniscuss natin is how to find the right voice to tell your story. As I always emphasize in every class, ang intention of all great scripts is to tell a story, makapagkwento. So regardless of program format, regardless of medium, whether that is for radio, for TV, for a podcast, for a digital platform, ang palaging focus natin as writers, particularly script writers, is kung ano ba yung ating kwento. So, ang voiceover is one of the many devices that a writer can use to tell his or her story. So, ano ba yung voiceover? Let's define it. Voiceover is the narration or spoken sound, is the narration spoken over sound, music, or action to guide, inform, or enhance storytelling. So, kumbaga yung voiceover, siya yung naririnig mo sa ibabaw ng music, ng sound effects, at siya yung nagtatahi, kumbaga, nung iba't ibang elemento na sinama mo dun sa iyong script to tell your story. So the voiceover is there to guide the listeners directly. Sa case ng radio, ang voiceover is particularly important kasi siya yung nag-guide sa listeners kung ano ba yung kapupuntahan ng ating kwento. It's a spoken narrative that sits on top of all other sound layers, as I mentioned earlier. So, kaya siya voice over music, over sound effects, over all other sounds that you can hear in a radio content. Okay, so ano ba yung difference ng voiceover from other radio elements? So, ang kinaibahan nito sa sound effects or music or dialogue. Sa sound effects are there to create atmosphere or realism. Kumbaga, 'di ba, it's what you call a diegetic sound. Sound effects are part of a character's world. So, yan yung sounds of footsteps, for example, or closing door, or yung mga rustling of leaves. Those are sound effects na ginamit nyo na yan in your previous exercise, in your first ever exercise. So, ang voiceover naman, as opposed to sound effects, it explains what those sounds mean. So, instead of you just hearing the rustling of leaves, you can have your voiceover narrate na nung nakatapak siya ng mga dahon, ay ganito ang nangyari, blah, 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 blah. Or the voiceover can narrate what the character was feeling as he was stepping over the leaves na narinig na tumunog doon sa radio content. For music naman, music is there to set emotion or the mood. Tapos, yung voiceover naman, makakatulong sa music para makapagbigay ng direction or clarity doon sa gusto mong iparamdam na emotion. So, the swelling of music, you can use your voiceover to narrate na ano yung dapat maramdaman exactly ng listener or kung ano yung nararamdaman ng character. Kasabay noong pagtaas or pagbaba ng music. For dialogue, a voiceover is different from dialogue kasi dialogue naman is spoken by characters. Again, it's a sample of a diegetic sound. That's part of the character's world. VO naman is often outside of it. So, kumbaga, dahil nga hindi naman siya naririnig ng characters, nasa labas siya ng dialogue. So, yun yung main difference. Dialogue ay usapan ng characters. Ang voiceover is outside of it. It's not happening within the dialogue. Yon. Okay, so ano ba yung role ng voiceover sa radio? Number one, it provides context or commentary. It connects scenes or segments. As I mentioned earlier, siya yung nagtatahi-tahi ng iba't ibang elemento na sinama natin sa ating script to tell the story. Voiceover also helps create mood and tone along with music or sound effects. And it also ensures clarity. Kasi nga, ang radio is talagang completely dependent on sound. So, para ma-ensure yung clarity, even in the absence of visuals, you can use voiceovers along with the other sounds para makapagkwento. Okay, so bakit mahalaga na pag-aralan natin or ma-master natin yung pagsusulat ng voice-over? Number one, voice-over is core to radio storytelling. It is the spine or the backbone ng bawat kwento. Kasi without it, yung structure ng maraming programa sa radyo ay hindi talaga, they're not going to stand kung walang voiceover. Kasi hindi ka especially for longer formats. Halimbawa sa news or halimbawa sa documentary or for longer format programs, hindi siya tatayo ng puro sound effects lang at puro music. Kailangan mo ng voiceover to narrate what's happening. Also, yung VO bridges what listeners hear in music or sound effects and what they need to understand. Tapos, nag-ano rin siya, nagbe-build ng versatility across formats. Kailangan yung matutunan magsulat ng voice-over. Kasi pag marunong ka magsulat ng voice-over, makakasulat ka ng scripts for news, makakasulat ka ng scripts for podcast, or music shows, or even drama, or kung ano pa yung gusto mong isulat for different types of program formats. It also trains your ear for rhythm and timing. So, kung marunong ka nang magsulat ng voice-over, alam na alam mo kung saan ka magkakaroon ng pauses, either sa voice-over or pause sa dialogue or sa music or sa sound effects. Kasi yung timing, na ma-master mo na rin siya. Lalo na kung especially in our class, we're very particular with time, di ba? So, natitrain dapat yung tenga natin sa gaano ba kahaba yung voice over ko, kasya na ba to sa 1 minute? Lalo na kung i-combine ko pa with all other sounds. So, yun. That's why um, writing voiceover is a skill that you really have to master. Tapos, it also develops audience awareness. Kasi pagka magsusulat ka ng voiceover, meron ka na rin consciousness na ano ba yung gusto kong marinig ng audience. And anong klaseng voiceover yung gagamitin ko for this particular content. Gusto ko ba ng English na voiceover? Gusto ko ba ng Tagalog na voiceover? Bakya na voiceover? Social na voiceover? Anong boses to? Lalaki o babaeng voiceover? So, depende sa kung anong gusto mong iparating o iparinig doon sa iyong listener, madedevelop mo yung awareness or consciousness na yan when you have already mastered voice-over writing. So voice-over writing, again, is a universal skill. Kanina diniscuss ko na pagka marunong ka magsulat ng voice-over, makakasulat ka ng scripts for different program formats. Kaya universal skill siya. It can apply sa lahat ng mga isusulat mong scripts. Kahit pa ng TV pa yan or sa radyo o sa kung saan pa man, magagamit mo siya. Kasi nagre-require karamihan ng mga programa na yan ng voice-over. Okay, so ano-ano ba yung mga programa ng radyo? Yung format ng radio programs and paano nag-apply doon ng voice-over? So different types of radio formats. You have news, you have ads, you have drama, talk, and music shows. So ang news, palagi may voice-over kasi nagkikwento siya kung ano yung nangyari, kung ano yung binabalita niya. Ang ads naman, pag sumulat ka ng voice-over for ads, kailangan persuasive, kailangan catchy, kailangan nakakakuha agad ng attention sa simula pa lang. Kailangan nakaka-encourage siya for your listener to actually do something. It's a call to action. Ang drama naman, ang voice-over sa drama, it has to be narrative, talagang kwento. Narration siya ng kwento, immersive. Ini-establish yung transition sa bawat eksena at yung setting kung nasaan yung mga characters. Sa talk and music shows naman, ang voice-over dyan kadalasan informal, very conversational, and high energy. Okay. Sa radyo, unlike other media, it relies purely on sound. So the VO is the one that anchors the story. Ina-explain niya kung ano ba yung hindi maipakita and often conveys emotion. So diniscuss din natin last meeting yung pagkakaiba ng voice-over at ng dialogue, no? So ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng voice-over and dialogue? Voice-over is a non-diegetic sound. Hindi siya kasama sa mundo ng characters. It provides context, background, or commentary as a voice narration. Tapos, again, hindi siya sinasalita ng characters sa eksena. Ang dialogue naman, as opposed to the voice-over, it's a diegetic sound. It's a conversation between characters. Tapos, it also moves the story forward through interaction between characters. Another very important thing that we discussed last meeting is the narrative point of view. So, kaninong boses yung nagkikwento? So, pag sinabi nating point of view or POV, it is the eye or the lens or the narrative voice through which you tell your story. So, pag sinabing ano yung point of view, sino ba yung nagkikwento at kanino ba nila kinikwento? The story could be told by a character who's involved in the story. As yung example ko, si Lady Whistledown sa Bridgerton, kasi si Penelope yung voice-over at the same time, kasama siya doon sa mundo ng characters. Or from a perspective that sees and knows all of the characters but is not one of them. This is the third person point of view or the omniscient point of view. So let's delve deeper into the three types of point of view. Number one is the first person point of view. Ito yung gumagamit ng I or we habang nagnanarrate. I am here now at the blah blah blah. And we are here with ganyan-ganyan. It's intimate, more personal, more emotional, and it is best used for testimonials or memoirs. Ang limitation lang nito, kagaya nga dun sa Bridgerton example natin, is that wala siyang kumbaga, wala siyang perception doon sa thoughts ng ibang characters. So, he or she can only speak of her own thoughts. Yun yung limitation ng first person point of view. Ang second person point of view, ito yung kadalasang POV na ginagamit pag ang script ay para sa ad, para sa commercial. So, you need to buy this. You need to get this. When you are telling the listener to buy something or do something, if you are giving a call to action, you often use the second person point of view. Ang third person point of view or the omniscient point of view, ito yung pag nanarrate niya na ang sinasabi, he, she, or they. So, he went to this, ganyan-ganyan. So, ito, kita niya lahat, alam niya lahat, pati yung thoughts ng mga lahat ng characters. Pero, hiwalay siya sa mundo nila. Hindi siya kasama, hindi siya nakaka-interact ng characters. That's a third person point of view. Tapos, it's credible, versatile, omniscient. Ito rin yung kadalasang gamit natin pagka sumusulat tayo ng voice-over for news. Kailangan third-person point of view because it has to be objective. Kailangan nga credible siya. So, hindi siya pwedeng mag-I, we, or you. Kung gagamit ka man ng ganong POV sa news or documentary, bihira dahil kailangan hiwalay ka doon sa nangyayari. Nagkikwento ka lang. You are just a narrator, but you are not part of the story. Tapos, nag-discuss din tayo ng tips for writing good voiceover. Number one, we have to write for the ear. Especially this is a writing for radio class. Always remember na walang visuals yung ating listeners. So, kailangan yung script ninyo, lagi kayong conscious na hindi ito makikita ng aking listener. So, paano ko ba maikikwento? Or paano ko ba ma-establish yung transition sa kwento or yung pag-advance, pag-move forward ng kwento using only sounds. Tapos, ganun din sa voice-over, kailangan nakasulat siya para sa radyo. Yung mai-imagine siya ng mga audience mo. Tapos, keep sentences short and conversational. Do not write long, droning sentences for voice-overs na nagkasamid-samid na yung voice talent sa pagbabasa. Kailangan short lang siya and conversational para pati madaling ma-absorb ng listeners. Tapos, use pauses and silence. If it's a 1-minute material, hindi kailangan isang buong minuto ay merong voice-over. Mas madrama, mas may effect, mas may impact. Yung may pauses minsan, or may swells in music minsan, or nag-up ka lang ng sound effects, tapos tumigil yung VO. Kailangan very intentional ka sa pagsusulat ng voice-over. Dapat palaging there's a point to this. There's a pause here because I want to establish something or I want my listener to feel something. And then you match the tone of the POV to your story. So again, kung voice over yan, kung ang narrator mo ay matanda, dapat boses niya matanda. Or yung the way an old person speaks. Ganon din. Hindi siya mag-Gen Z language if the character of your voiceover is someone who is a senior citizen, for example. So, yung mga ganon. So, pag nagsulat ka ng voiceover, dapat malinaw sa'yo kung kaninong point of view yung nagnanarrate. Okay? So, ito pa yung tip na binanggit ko. Sabi ko, pag nagsulat kayo ng scripts, lalo na ngayon na nagpa-practice na tayong sumulat ng voiceover, always read your scripts aloud. And don't ever forget from lahat ng scripts natin forward, kailangan palagi may timestamps. I'd forgive yung mga walang timestamps na scripts doon sa first exercise. That's okay kasi fault ko rin, hindi ko nasabi sa inyo na dapat laging meron. Pero ngayon, I am making it very clear that all your scripts from here on, dapat may timestamps palagi. Okay? So, ang haba ng aking review, di ba? Ng discussion from last week. Ngayon, let's move forward to our lecture for this week. So, natutunan na natin paano magsulat ng voiceover. Ngayon, ang matututunan naman natin ay paggamit ng mga sounds para makapagbenta, to sell. These are the basics of writing scripts for radio ads. Okay. So, bago natin mag-move on to discuss how do you write scripts for radio ads, we will first discuss why should I write ano ba yung ano ba yung purpose ng ads? Sorry about my dogs. They are very laging ganyan yung mga yan kung kailan ako nagtuturo at saka sila magko-concert, o di ba? Okay. Anyway, sige. Let's continue. So, ano ba yung purpose of advertising? Bakit natin kailangan mag-advertise? So, I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about that. What is the purpose of advertising? I'm sure there are plenty of you who's already attended an advertising class. Para naman dun sa mga hindi pa, ano sa palagay niyo yung purpose of advertising? Bakit ba nag-advertise ang isang brand or ang isang business? Okay. So, ang objectives ng advertising ay number 1, to inform. Especially if it's a new brand or if it's a new product, you have to inform the audience na we are selling this brand, this product is already available. So, that's one advertising objective. The second advertising objective is to persuade. You are persuading people to buy your product or come to your event or try something out. Yun yung second objective ng advertising. And another one, kung ang brand mo ay existing na or ang product mo ay existing na, you still advertise to remind them na, kumbaga parang Coca-Cola, for example. Coca-Cola is probably one of the biggest brands globally. But, advertise pa rin sila ng advertise kasi they want to be top of mind. Gusto nila, pag sinabi mong soft drinks or pag sinabi mong soda, ang naiisip mo agad ay Coca-Cola. So, yun yung primary objectives ng advertising. Okay, sa advertising, kung sa atin as writers, ang laging bida ay storya. Sa advertising, sa mundo ng advertising, ang bida ay customer. So, ang bukod sa kwento, pagka sumusulat ka ng scripts for advertisements, you always have the customer in mind. Who am I writing this for? What am I trying to sell to this customer? Okay. Ang bawat advertising script, ang bawat script for radio, TV, or kung ano mang format, or kung ano mang medium, always begins with the creative brief or an advertising brief. So what's flashed on the screen now is an advertising brief from my former client. The brand is McCormick, and they were launching this new product, the McCormick Buffalo Wings Seasoning Mix. So, ang advertising or creative brief, this often comes from the client. So, halimbawa, pag nagpapabid sila for the project, ito yung sinesend nila sa advertising agencies or sa suppliers or sa project bidders na ito yung kailangan namin sa aming ipapagawang commercial or advertisement. So sa advertising brief nila nakalagay dyan yung background. They're talking about the product, particularly the Buffalo Wing Seasoning Mix. Ano ba ito? Ano yung contents nito? Also they include there the review of competition. So for example, nung panahon that this Buffalo Wing Seasoning Mix was launched, ang talagang maingay noon o yung pinakamalakas na product is the Ajinomoto Crispy Fry. Kasi it's affordable, At the same time, masarap din siya, it's highly accessible. So yan, meron siyang review of competition and the advertising brief. So basically, lahat ng kailangan mong malaman to help you write the script for the advertisement, nilalagay na ni client sa brief. So may advertising objectives, what do we want to get out of this advertisement? And they also describe here ano yung target market. So target market is very important because that will shape the way you will write your script. So let's say for example, sinabi namin, ang gusto naming targetin is the same market as Crispy Fry. So ang market ni Crispy Fry, pareha siguro ng market ni Tasty Boy, yung mga hindi bibili ng mahal. 'Di ba? Sila yung tipong hindi mag-spend ng more than 20 pesos on a seasoning mix. Now, McCormick is different. McCormick is a higher end brand. So, McCormick, pag sinulat nila nung sinulat nila yung advertising brief nila, nakalagay na agad na ang kanilang target market, ABC. So, dun pa lang, sinabi pa lang nila na ABC target market, you know that when you write the script, kailangan, ano siya, medyo high-end din, medyo social ang atake mo sa script mo, sa voiceover mo. Kasi nga ABC. So, most likely, dapat English yan. Dahil nga, ito yung tina-target mo dito, yung mga bibili ng who don't are people who don't mind spending, let's say, more than 100 pesos on a seasoning mix. 'Di ba? So kay ang isa pa sa description nila ng target market, these are people who are employed, upbeat and adventurous. They are always on the lookout for what is hip, hot and new. Why? Because this is a buffalo wing seasoning mix. Where do you often eat buffalo wings? Kadalasan 'di ba sa party or when you go to bars to have drinks. Doon mo siya madalas na order. So hindi ito talaga kadalasang household ulam na basta anong lunch natin buffalo wings. Hindi siya palaging ganon. Kadalasan buffalo wings is a party offering, 'di ba? So medyo tina-target market nila people who are young, who are party goers, or yung mahilig gumawa ng get-togethers with friends and family. And buffalo wings kasi medyo maanghang siya, 'di ba? Medyo kakaiba yung flavor niya. So, people who are adventurous in trying new experiences. Unlike the market of, let's say, Crispy Fry or Tasty Boy, this is not your ordinary breaded fried chicken. Ang buffalo wing seasoning mix are for people who want na kakaibang lasa sa fried chicken. Okay? So also, dinescribe din ni client sa creative brief yung personality and yung image. Gusto namin the brand will be associated with sexy or hot or fun, exciting, original. So yun yung image na gusto nila for the brand, for the product. Tapos yung personality naman, dapat loves to party, take on challenges, fun, outgoing, and adventurous. Wants more than the ordinary. Yon. Tapos, sinabi na rin nila, they were very specific with the message that they want the ad to contain. So, yung gusto nila na closing line or yung parting line, McCormick Buffalo Wings Seasoning Mix is the hottest thing to happen to chicken. So, ano tong client na to kasi sinabi na nila agad na ito yung mga kailangan naming malaman sa aming, kailangan namin na malagay sa aming advertisement. Tone and manner, upbeat, fun, original, exciting. Okay. So basing on all the specifics, yung mandatories, kumbaga, mandatories na binigay ni client sa creative brief nila, this is for a TV advertisement, no? So sa TV ad, bukod sa script, gumawa rin kami, yung agency namin ng storyboard. So in a storyboard for a TV ad, nakalagay na dyan yung frame by frame kung ano yung mangyayari. So magsisimula siya with a lola na mukhang bugnutin na nakaupo sa kanyang bahay, tapos may kumatok tapos naiingayan siya, merong maingay siyang naririnig dun sa katabi niyang unit. So kinatok niya si katabing unit, tapos galit siya, nakita niya may niluluto sila, may party na nangyayari. So sabi ni Lola, shh, quiet, ganun siya. Tapos papakita na natin, goes back to frying. One of the character goes back to frying. And then, cut the product shot na sinabi na ano ba yung product, what's it about, how do you use the product. And then, consumption shots na. Dito palagi yung voice over yung nagtatahe. Now, McCormick Buffalo Wings Seasoning Mix. A new McCormick Buffalo Wings Seasoning Mix. Tapos may dialogue ka ni girl. Tapos landlady. Nakisama na siya doon sa party. And then ending voice over, yung gusto ni client na parting line, new McCormick Buffalo Wings Seasoning Mix, the hottest thing to happen to chicken. So lahat yon, lahat ng elemento na nakita nyo sa storyboard, yung klase ng music na gagamitin, yung klase ng talents, the way the voiceover was written, are all in line with the mandatories and the creative brief. So how did that TV ad come out? Ito siya. Naku, wala bang voice? Wala
Some
bang
more?
volume?
McCormick Buffalo
Anyway, I
Wings
will discuss
Seasoning
it.
Mix. You can cook, fry, and shake
At least talaga ito. Sa TV.
Quiet!
to bring home the party. McCormick Buffalo Wings Seasoning Mix, the hottest thing to happen to chicken.
McCormick, the hottest thing to happen to chicken. So that's how it ended. Okay, sa radyo, may mga nangyari doon sa TV ad na yon that we cannot do in radio. Number one, yung mga pumipikit habang nagko-consume ng chicken or yung mga nagfa-fry pero walang sinasabi. Yung mga ganong actions, hindi pwede sa atin sa radyo. So when we write our ads for radio, dapat halos spoon feeding. Everything has to be heard and has to be very clear to the listener na yun pala yung gusto nating iparating sa kanila. Kasi nga wala silang visuals. So wala silang visual ni Lola na gumaganong-ganon lang pero hindi mo alam kung ano nangyayari, 'di ba? So kailangan 'yan tinedescribe either by narration or may dialogue si Lola. So now, before natin puntahan yung paano ba talaga sumulat ng scripts for radio ads, ano-ano muna yung mga klase ng radio ads? There are different types of radio ads, particularly jingle ad, yung mga kanta, tapos may comedy, mga funny na ads, spokesperson ad. Ito yung may mga endorser like a host or a celebrity, sometimes a politician, or basta kung sinong sikat na tao na nag-endorse ng product or is speaking for the product. You have testimonial ad. Ito yung mga kadalasan ordinary people na nagbibigay ng testimonial about the effectivity of the product or the experience he or she had with the product. Pag sinabi mong straight read or hard sell, ito ay kadalasan voice over lang. Tapos hard sell kasi sinasabi na niya agad, bilhin mo to, gawin mo to. Ganun ang hard sell. Pag soft sell naman, this is more metaphorical, mas figurative yung atake ng voice over, mas poetic kumbaga. It's conversational and emotional, pero hindi niya sinasabi sa iyo directly to do something. Okay? So teka, paano ba to? Anyway, ipaparinig ko na lang sa inyo yung sample sa class. Pero ito yung mga iba-ibang klase yan. Jingle ad. I'm not sure if the audio and the ads are being recorded.
Parang awa niyo.
Kung hindi,
Sa laban ng buhay may diskarteng tunay. Lamang ka
person ad. Testimonial ad.
Ako?
Hard
yan ang
sell,
tunog ng 100 years ng go.
soft sell.
Ang sakit.
Okay?
Dahil sa
I apologize
pimples,
for that. Parang
tinawag
hindi
akong
yata
pangit.
audio, no?
Pero mas masakit yung na-try ko na lahat, tigidig pa rin. Pero di
Okay. So writers who write scripts for ads are often called the 30-second storyteller. So why 30 seconds storyteller? Why 30 seconds? Ito yung kasi sweet spot pagka ng radio ads. Kasi ang ads kadalasan may 15 seconds, may 45 seconds, may 1 minute. Pero yung 30 seconds yung parang sakto yung haba niya. Kasi it's long enough to develop a clear theme or story that listeners will remember, pero hindi naman sobrang haba na hindi na nila tinapos or naglipat na sila ng stasyon kasi inantok na sila, hindi pa tapos yung commercial mo. So, kadalasan, ang ginagawa for ads, the running time or the duration is only 30 seconds. Okay. So, 30-second ad, kahit pa maiksi lang siya, 30 seconds lang siya, meron siyang important components. So, ano-ano ba yung main parts ng isang 30-second ad? Number one, there's a hook. So, the hook is your chance to catch a listener's attention. So, remember, people listening to the radio are most likely doing something else simultaneously. Kailangan ng hook. It has to be attention-grabbing. Kasi, ang nakikinig ng radyo, minsan may ginagawang iba. Nagluluto siya, naglalaba siya, or halimbawa sa mga estudyante na nagko-commute, sa loob ka ng jeep, nasa loob ka ng bus, tapos nagpe-play lang yung radio in the background. So, kadalasan, hindi mo mapapansin yung radio ad unless attention grabbing or very catchy yung simula ng ad. Yon. So, kasi kadalasan, nasa kotse ka, nagda-drive ka, or nasa grab car, for example. So, the ad has to be very catchy. It has to grab your attention and maintain your attention. Yon. Okay? Na parang, pag na-hook sila dun sa ad mo, na-curious na sila na ano-ano, lalakasan nila yung volume or makikinig sila lalo kasi i-mute nila or maglilipat sila ng stasyon. So, that's why a hook is important. So, for the second part naman, it's the pitch or the value proposition. What are you selling? Diba? This is where your product or your service is presented. Tapos, dito mo ina-explain kung bakit dapat piliin siya ni listener. So, focus on what differentiates your brand from competitors in your niche, be it your pricing, years of experience, blah, 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 or basta kung ano yung value-adding factor about your product, what's unique about your product or service. Okay? Yun yung pitch or value proposition. Ito yung parang main meat ng iyong advertisement. Call to action, or the CTA, as we refer to it, the CTA is what you want the listener to do. So, gusto mo bang bumili siya ng something? Gusto mo bang kung concert yan? O kaya launching o kaya pelikula or kung ano mang event. Kung gusto mo siyang pumunta doon, yun ba ang gusto mong gawin niya? That is your call to action or your CTA. Yung tagline naman is like McDonald's, love ko to. Or bida ang sarap. Pag narinig mo yung love ko to, ang agad pumapasok sa isip mo si McDo. Or pag naisip mo yung bida, or bida ang saya, bida ang sarap, is always Jollibee. Pag narinig mong we find ways, that is a bank. I forget lang if it's BDO or BPI. Basta we find ways. Ganyan, di ba? Yung mga tagline na popular sa atin. So, how do you know that your ad is going to fail a full 30 seconds? Meron tayong sort of markers na ginagawa when you write scripts for radio ads, particularly 30-second ads. So, ang sabi, good rule of thumb daw is that the average person speaks about 2 to 3 words per second. So, imagine that. So, itong ganitong salita, yun daw ay 1 second. Malaganon. 3 words, a good rule of 1 second daw yon. Okay? So, kung yung final output mo ay 30 second script, dapat yung word count mo nasa around 75 words lang, give or take. So, tapos lalo na, kung yung words pa na ginagamit mo ay sobrang haba, dapat less than 75 words lang siya. Kasi nga, 1 second is equal to 3 words. So, that's a good guide, no? When we write our scripts for our radio ads. Okay, so here's a sample radio ad script. Katulad nung pinakita ko sa inyong sample, when I first asked you to write a radio script, lalagay mo na dyan. Kunyari, kung ano bang brand yan, product or client, what's the brand, what's the product, what's the title of your ad. And kung may dialogue yan, lagay mo na anong kailangan mo sa cast. Kung may announcer ba siya, male ba yan or female, anong edad ni announcer. Tapos, kung characters yan, nakadescribe na doon. Si character ko, anong age ni character, anong boses, male or female, ganyan. Okay, again, a radio ad, like all other radio content, is purely audio. So, when you write a script for a radio ad, dapat ang lagi nasa isip mo, how do I paint a picture with nothing but sound? Diba? So, paano ko ba mabibenta tong product na to na hindi nila nakikita? Remember that Coca-Cola ad that I played for you last meeting? Diba? Nung tinanong ko sa'yo, so what did you think about this ad? Ang sabi nyo agad, parang gusto kong uminom ng Coke. So, ganun. Ganun ang gusto nating ma-evoke from our listeners through our radio ad scripts. Dapat pag narinig nila yung ating radio ad, gusto nilang gawin yung iyong call to action. So, that's the mark of an effective radio ad. Okay, so sa isang script ng radio ad, again, ang dapat nandyan, script title or product name, tapos duration, gano'ng kahaba. For this exercise, ay ipagagawa ko sa inyo 30 seconds. Tapos voice over. So dun sa script mo nakalagay dyan, kung hindi siya dialogue, lagay mo VO. Kung marami nagvi-VO, kunyari dalawa yung announcer mo, VO1 or VO2. Or male announcer, female announcer, ganyan. SFX, music cues, lalagay mo dyan, fade in, fade out. Tapos dialogue, kung may mag-uusap, lagay mo yung dialogue. Or kung monologue, if it's an actual spoken text na character siya, doon sa eksena. Your call to action, your product tagline, o kaya yung mention ng brand name, and yung notes mo for direction or tone. So, kagaya nung sa, di ba, remember, doon sa brief ng client for McCormick, nakalagay doon yung tone notes nila na they wanted adventurous, they wanted exciting, they wanted to target the young. So, may mga ganun ka ng notes na ilalagay sa script mo. Okay? So this is an example of another radio ad script. So, dyan, ito, may dialogue siya. So, meron siyang casting description doon sa ibabaw ng script, ng mga dialogue. So, nakalagay description, halimbawa si Felipe. Sabi niya si Felipe daw ay mid to early 20s, obviously a boy, so much in love and devoted. Pipang is a barrio lass, ang dating, young and sweet, sounds pressured, and a bit torn. So, yun. Yung mga ganong instructions sa tone, ilalagay nyo na doon sa inyong script. Tapos may note pa siya na picture characters as Luis Gonzalez and Gloria Romero. Kasi lumang script na to. From way back, these are old actors in the film Manang Biday, In the Fields, ganyan. So may ganun na siya to help people who will be producing this ad imagine kung ano ba yung binivisualize or kung ano ba yung idea ni writer for this radio ad. So also, meron din siyang notes, ay nakalagay na dyan anong sound effects yung gusto niya, kung saan siya mag-aangat ng music, tapos kung magbabago ng tono si characters, nakalagay pipang, excited, ganyan. So, ito rin yung gusto kong makita doon sa mga isusulat nyong scripts for your radio ads. Okay? So again, pag sinulat nyo tong ad ninyo for radio, remember, ang radio ad, walang rewind. So, ang radio ad, mapapakinggan nila habang may ginagawa silang something else. So, when they miss it, when they miss an important component, halimbawa, hindi sila nakapag-pay attention dun sa inyong pitch or dun sa value proposition, or na-miss nila yung call to action, wala na, hindi nila mare-rewind yun. Okay? Radio ads have no rewind. So, dapat attention grabbing siya all throughout. The entire 30 seconds, kailangan naka-pay attention si listener. So, use conversational tone when you write your VO or your dialogue. Tapos, imagine you're talking to just one person. So, hindi kailangan na sobrang daming eksena or sobrang daming nangyayari within the 30 seconds. Kumbaga parang ang goal mo lang is whoever is listening, whoever that one person is na nakikinig, kailangan ma-hook mo siya at kailangan ma-convince mo siya to try out your product or to do the action that you want him or her to do. Tapos, consider how it sounds, not how it reads. So, yung practice natin of reading your scripts prior to submission, di ba? Sabi ko, always read your scripts out loud. So, hindi lang how it sounds, pero how does it read along with the other components of your script. So, kumbaga, dapat ma-imagine na siya na ito ay lalabas na may kasamang sound effects, may kasamang music, ganyan. Ko-consider mo lahat yun when you write your scripts for radio ads. Okay, assignment nyo for next week, bago yung meeting natin next Tuesday, ito yung gusto kong gawin ninyong exercise. Write a 30-second radio ad for McCormick Buffalo Wings Seasoning Mix. So, using the same creative brief that I presented earlier, na nandito rin sa mga slides na to, I will also be uploading the slides in the modules section sa Canvas para makita ninyo. Based on that same creative ad brief, gawa kayo ng 30-second anong script for 30 seconds, pero radio ad. So, hindi dapat may kasamang visuals yung scripts ninyo. Pang-radyo siya dapat. Pero 30 seconds pa rin ang running time. So, make sure to include the hook, the pitch or value proposition, the call to action, and yung tagline na gusto ni client natin or ni brand na the greatest thing to happen to chicken. Okay? So, again, if you have any questions, you can DM me sa Google Chat or mag-message kayo sa akin, mag-comment kayo sa assignment doon sa Canvas. Okay? Thank you, girls. Bye.